So what you really need to know is that autopay and subscriptions, monthly fees, they're not going to go away. They're going to get worse. This is like the zombie apocalypse for your budget. It's not going away. Hey, I'm Amy on A Lonely Life, and today we are going to be talking about reoccurring payments, subscriptions, monthly fees, autopay. Yeah, not a very pleasant topic at all. And so for that, here is a little kitten that you get to see. Here is a little puppy. Now it is a very pleasant video, despite the unpleasant topic, because you got to see a little puppy and some cute flowers and a beautiful sunset. You have no idea how much you pay monthly for subscriptions. I can just about guarantee that that's true. And I can also about guarantee that you think that it is not true. I heard a little statistic, one that I can't actually back up, but it seems reasonable, so therefore it must be true. 84% of Americans underestimate how much they pay monthly in subscriptions. Yeah, so that probably means you too. And it meant me a couple of months ago. Yeah. Today we are going to learn about what to do about all these subscriptions and autopays and fees and things, and how to make sure that they don't ruin your budget. Because they will. They will ruin your budget. My son decided he was going to go on a mission for a couple of years for our church, and he was going to be out of country, and so we needed to make sure that we took care of his banking ahead of time. Here's the thing. He will readily admit. It's like add and then admit. Why is it that I can't say that when I'm talking? I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. He will readily admit that he made some unsound financial choices in the couple of years prior to him leaving on his mission. And some of those unsound financial choices were that he just subscribed to everything. Every time that there was like a free trial, it was like, oh, I need to do that. But guess what? Free trial, what that actually means is a reoccurring payment. Yeah, that's just a little sneaky way for them to get into your bank account. The word free trial, if you were to put it through Google Translate, it would actually say reoccurring charges, budget buster. Those companies literally bank on the fact that you're going to forget to cancel your free trial. That is like a legitimate way that they plan on making their money. To get his banking things taken care of and ready for him to be gone for a couple of years, we needed to clear up his subscriptions and autopays and membership fees and things like that. And so he went through and he started to get rid of them. And he leaves on his mission, and the first month comes around and I take a look at, his banking, and I realize that there's still a whole, I think it was 5 or 6 different subscriptions that came through, and we're like, okay, so let's cancel these. I went through and canceled them, and the next month, guess what happened? Well, there were more subscriptions that were like auto paying from his bank account. So we went through and we canceled those. And guess what? The next month, more subscriptions and more auto pay. It's been a very sad story. And here we are. He will be coming home next month, which actually, when this video comes out, he will already have been home. But at this point, he's not home yet. But he will be coming home. And guess what last month? I look at his bank stuff and more auto pays came out. We have been working for 2 years to get rid of all of the auto pays. So one of the first things he does when he gets home is he's going to close out his bank account and his PayPal account and get a credit card with a new number. And all of the other stuff is going to go, because obviously we are never going to get rid of all of the auto pays on these accounts. We just need to start over fresh. As we were going through this with him and we were helping him, I started thinking, do we do that? Do I do that? Do I have reoccurring payments that I have no idea about that just show up? I was saying, no, I'm fine. I know all of the subscriptions that we have, and we definitely don't do that. Oh, we do that. Yeah. Even though I kind of knew that I probably had some that I didn't know about, but I didn't want to admit it. So I was one of those 84% that thought that they knew how much I paid in subscriptions and stuff, and really, I had no idea. None whatsoever. What we decided that we were going to do is we went through and we made a list of all of our subscriptions. It was a long list. It was a very long list. Long list. Long. It was a sad story too. We went through and we looked at it and we were like, why are we subscribed to every single video streaming service on the planet? I don't know. We don't watch that much TV and movies and shows. And if we do, we shouldn't be. And I guess we weren't subscribed to every one of them, just a lot of them. And so we started looking at it and we were like, well, this one's kind of expensive. Maybe we don't use that. Auto pays and subscription, monthly fees, those kinds of things are often related to something being connected to the internet. Your doorbell that has the video feed and has a monthly fee. Yeah, okay, so that's an auto pay subscription little thing, and it like pulls money out of your wallet each month. As more and more things connect to the internet and have to do with data and software, computer programs, those kinds of things, as more and more things fall into that category and that we use associated with that, the more likely we are to have auto pay subscriptions, monthly fees. So what you really need to know is that auto pay and subscriptions, monthly fees, they're not going to go away. They're going to get worse. This is like the zombie apocalypse for your budget. It's not going away. There is no way to like do away with it other than like move off grid and just like, so there is a way to get rid of it. It's just not one that most of us are willing to do. So auto pay, subscription, monthly fees, those kinds of things are here, and they're probably here to stay. You're just going to end up with more and more and more of them. You need a way, and I need a way, we need a way to be able to keep track of that. Because auto pay, monthly subscriptions, those kinds of things, they are horrible for your budget. Like, seriously, horrible. We interrupt our regularly scheduled programming for a word from our sponsors. Just kidding, no sponsors. But I do know one subscription that you can have that will not affect your budget negatively. It is free at no cost to you, and it might just bring world peace. Well, it might. You don't know until you try, and so we might as well give it a shot. So there's a subscribe button right down there, and you can just go ahead and tap that. And while you're at it, there happens to be a like button down there as well. 2 for 1. And maybe in the process, we will bring peace to the world. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. So now that we know that there is a zombie apocalypse for your budget out there, and it's not going away, there are some things that you need to do to protect yourself from this zombie apocalypse, and it has nothing to do with wearing a mask, or washing your hands, or hand sanitizer, or social distancing. You need to sit down and make a list of all of your subscriptions and your monthly fees and your auto pays. You need to make a list. And you can keep it in a document on the computer, you can write it in a notebook, but you need a list. And you need a list of every single place that you pay a fee, a monthly fee, a reoccurring charge. On your little list, you need to note the frequency of the payment. When is the payment due? How often does it come around? My video editing software that I like to use and the photo editing software that I like to use has a yearly reoccurring charge, but most of the other ones are monthly. But it varies. Each one of the subscriptions is just a little bit different, and you need to note how much it is. Yeah, that's the one that kind of hurts when you write it down. It like burns your fingers right through the pen. Then once you have all of this long list of auto pays, which it's going to be a long list. I will just tell you. It is. Then you need to start looking at it and think, which one of these things do I use and which one do I not use and which ones do I want to keep and which ones can I actually afford? Because that's probably the biggest question. Because even if you use something, if you can't actually afford it, then, well, you shouldn't have it. And so even if you love Netflix and you like to use it, if you can't actually afford it, well, you should probably not have it. No probably about it. You shouldn't have it. Yeah, you kind of have to do those kinds of things with a budget. That's just how it works. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't buy it. And then you need to go through and you need to cancel all of this what is the the extra. Why do I want to use this S word? What is that word? Superfluous. Superfluous. That's the word I was thinking of. Superfluous. But I can't even say it when I know it. Superfluous. It means extra. It means more than is sufficient. It means excessive, unnecessary, needless. There you go. That's your vocabulary lesson for the day. Superfluous. It means too much. And it just happened to be the word that came to mind while I was saying this, and I couldn't think of it, so I had to go look it up. So, superfluous. You need to get rid of all the superfluous subscriptions that you have. And in some cases, and maybe this is yours, the best option might just be to close out your account and start fresh. That's the best option with my son. If after 2 years of working on it, we still haven't managed to find all of those auto pays and get rid of them, well, I think it's probably time to just start fresh. And so that's what we're doing with him. But with us, we had a little bit better handle on it, and so we just had to go through and cancel several of them. And that's what I would recommend for you as well. Go through and cancel some of them. Because I can guarantee that there are some of them that you are thinking, I didn't even know I had that one. Or, well, guilty. I don't use that anymore, and I haven't used it for a long time, and I don't have any idea why I'm paying that still. Yeah, that will come to mind. After you cancel all of your superfluous monthly fees, then you need to put on your calendar either next month or next year or however often you feel like that you need to go back through and check again. Right now, we're still checking monthly because I'm tired of paying money to people for things that I am not using and do not want. Superfluous. Oh, we love that word. It's just like superfluous. Oh, superfluous. That's the end of this budgeting tip on getting rid of all the superfluous monthly fees and subscriptions and auto pays. And I'll see you next time on A Lolly Life.